we are with this brand new Suunto Vertical that came just live today and will be very soon for sales. We can see the typical screen that we have had in the last 9 Peak Pro, and the three main buttons that have also the lower brother or sister of this Suunto Vertical. We can see here that it measures also our oxygen, our heartbeat, and it also counts our steps, the calorie intake of the calorie burns of every day, the amount of sleep that we have, the amount of hours that we train, and what are our resources. All of that is measured due to the LED that has on the down part. Also, the fitness level, the altitude that is taken through the barometer and the altimeter, the sunrise and sunset timing, also a normal stopwatch in case we just want to measure a couple of things. And in this case, we haven't tried it outside yet, it's asking us to calibrate. Moreover, it allows us to control the media and also give us information about the weather outside. Also, in this case, it's the version that takes the 30% extra battery from the solar charge. We can see that it's a little bit thicker than the previous models, like 1 millimeter, and it reacts to the touch and the screen switches on. Also, we can see how the bezel is built. We see the different sensors in here that enables the heartbeat measurement. Also, the oxygen levels in our body are measured through this feature technology. The normal straps that come with different sizing as M, ML, XL, and that are very easy to change. In this case, we have the silicone one and the extra feature that was implemented with the previous Suunto 9 Peak Pro that is very handful. So in case any of the plastic straps that previously came got broken, in this case you don't lose your watch because this one is almost unbreakable by just clipping it in and using it, as you can see now in the image. As mentioned, this is one of the 4 models that is having the solar possibility of charging. And here you can see the comparison with the Suunto 9 Peak Pro, which we can see is a little bit bigger. So the diameter is bigger and the thickness, as we saw previously, is also bigger. If we compare it obviously with the Chorus, in this case, we were talking about a similar watch that more or less have the same 46, 47 millimeters and 1.6, 1.8 of thickness in this case. About the training programs or selections that are inside of the watch, there are up to 95 different ones that you can, through the Suunto app, combine the way you like, changing the different screens, the amount of information that you see in every screen, from 4, from 3, from 1, and multiple differentiation of sports, as you can see at this moment in the screen, from paragliding to fishing, hunting, running, trail running, mountaineering, alpinism, kayak, canoeing, any kind of sport that you might think. It is inside of the watch, as mentioned, up to 95 different sport types that you can choose with this new Suunto Vertical. And using the different buttons, you can choose which one would you like to practice. Always confirming with the center button and then waiting for the satellite connection. Obviously, in this case, as we are in the inside, it's telling us for the best performance, please perform this, do that. Obviously, the heartbeat, as you also seen, is not correct because we have in the watch on the hand. And in the other direction, we can see all the other functions. The map outdoor, very interesting. This map outdoor that at this moment is also available in this watch offline. The GPS, in case we are using the heart rate frequency monitor in our wrist, and auto lab, media controls in case we want to control our music from our watch while we are running, and all those functionalities just away from us in 1 or 2 clicks, always following the same logic as mentioned before, also from the 9 and from the 9 peak from Suunto. The central button is the one that confirms, and then as mentioned just before, you can customize the amount of information that you see in every of the screens just by selecting that in your Suunto app and performing the upload of that information through the Suunto app into the watch by synchronizing it. In here, we see how easily it is to navigate from one side to the other of the watch, from one function to another function, coming back, and the different options that provide us, in this case, finalizing the activity. The watch asks us, how do we feel? Obviously, we feel excellent. And we save the information. Afterwards, we can synchronize that with our Suunto app, and all the information will be available in the different platforms that are also to synchronize, like Strava or Training Peaks. In this case, one of the functions that is very interesting, as you can see here, is the map or the compass. It also shows us the logbook, as mentioned before, the media controls, timer, alarms that can be also set up, and the don't disturb modus also in case we are flying. This one is very interesting, and it's the flashlight. We can get some light in the darkness. This one to set up the backlight in case we are in a dark side, and when we move our wrist, it will light the watch, and we will be able to see the timing during night without having to press any button. All in all, these 4 different models